Or Operation Warp Speed, which allowed the creation of a COVID vaccine in less than a year, had very strong leadership from President Trump and his administration. And it literally saved millions of lives.
Bill Gates just shocked millions, praising Donald Trump for saving lives. In a stunning twist, Gates credited Trump's leadership for accelerating the COVID vaccine and claimed that Trump could be the one to end the AIDS emergency altogether. Yes, you heard that right. Bill Gates, often seen on the opposite side of Trump's rhetoric, just called on him to lead a medical revolution. And it wasn't on Fox News. It happened on late-night TV, in front of millions. What is happening? Is this a political truce, or something much deeper? This isn't just a surprising media moment. It's a direct call from one of the world's most influential billionaires to one of its most polarizing presidents. In the middle of a conversation about anti-science attitudes and America's medical leadership, Gates turned the spotlight back on Trump. He credited Trump's Operation Warp Speed with saving millions of lives. Then, he went a step further, suggesting that if Trump backed HIV cure research with the same urgency, the AIDS emergency could finally be ended. This is no small endorsement. Gates has poured billions into global health through the Gates Foundation, and he rarely comments on Trump in a positive light. But here he was, saying Trump has a real opportunity to lead in ending HIV. The deeper question, why now? Why frame Trump, so often criticized for his handling of science, as the key to solving one of medicine's biggest global challenges? To understand the full weight of this moment, you need to rewind a bit. Bill Gates has spent decades funding vaccine development, pandemic preparedness, and global health infrastructure. His work through PEPFAR, President George W. Bush's AIDS relief initiative, has saved millions of lives. Trump, for his part, rarely engaged with the traditional global health apparatus. But in the COVID crisis, his administration did launch Operation Warp Speed, an aggressive government-funded program that helped deliver a vaccine in record time. Despite ongoing debates about its execution, few deny its speed and reach. For Gates, this may have signaled something profound, that even in a deeply divided political climate, focused leadership can accelerate science for the public good. So now, as the world approaches a potential HIV cure through gene therapy and new treatments, Gates is urging Trump to step in again and finish what others started. Gates's comments were not vague suggestions. He was clear, "We have some science that shows we think we can cure HIV so that you don't need to take the medicine."
We have some science that shows that we think we can cure HIV, so you don't even need to take the medicine.
He said Trump has a chance to get behind that and accelerate that.
You know, President Trump has a chance to get behind that and accelerate that and finally end the AIDS emergency.
That's huge. While current HIV treatments can suppress the virus, they don't cure it. But recent breakthroughs, like CRISPR-based gene editing and long-acting injectable therapies, have brought scientists closer than ever to a permanent solution. Gates's comment positions Trump, the former president known for challenging the scientific establishment, as someone who could take this effort mainstream and make it a national priority. It's a strategic suggestion with real consequences, especially as funding for HIV research faces potential cuts. This isn't just about Trump. It's about how political figures and private sector leaders shape the scientific agenda in America. When Trump launched Operation Warp Speed, it broke government bureaucracy and channeled billions into vaccine development. Now Gates is hinting at a similar strategy, this time targeting HIV. And there's a reason. The current medical ecosystem is fragile. Research funding is on the chopping block, anti-science sentiment is rising, and trust in medical institutions is eroding. By encouraging a figure like Trump, who commands loyalty from a massive political base, to champion medical breakthroughs, Gates may be attempting a bold ecosystem hack. The hope? That partisanship can be sidestepped by aligning scientific innovation with political identity. It's a risky, almost audacious move, but if successful, it could completely rewire how America tackles health crises. If Trump were to champion a cure for HIV, the ripple effect would be massive. U.S. leadership in global health has always carried weight, especially when backed by large-scale funding and political will. PEPFAR, launched under Bush, became the single largest health initiative targeting a single disease in history. Now Gates suggests there's a new frontier, a final cure. If the US leads again, especially with bipartisan support, it could inspire global funding, push pharmaceutical giants into action, and bring hope to tens of millions living with HIV. At a time when international aid is shrinking and political will is fractured, Gates's vision suggests a pivot point. Trump, ironically, could be the unlikely figure to restore America's moral and scientific leadership on the global stage. That is, if he accepts the challenge. But there are real obstacles. Trump has been widely criticized for downplaying the pandemic, spreading vaccine skepticism, and undermining public health agencies. While Operation Warp Speed succeeded, trust in science took a hit under his administration. That makes any pro-science pivot difficult. Additionally, Gates noted that there's been talk of major budget cuts to the NIH and medical research programs. Those cuts, if realized, could derail hopes for breakthroughs in Alzheimer's, cancer, and HIV. So while Gates is optimistic about the science, the politics remain deeply uncertain. Would Trump publicly support increased research funding? Would his base embrace this call? And would the scientific community be willing to collaborate after years of distrust? The next steps are critical. Gates didn't just throw out a suggestion, he laid down a challenge. He knows Trump wants to be liked. He knows Trump values legacy. And curing HIV would be one of the biggest legacy wins in history. Now, the spotlight is on Trump. Will he take the bait? Will political calculations allow room for scientific ambition? And will Gates continue using his influence to push this idea forward? The world is watching. Imagine the headline: Donald Trump helps end HIV. It sounds surreal, but so did a COVID vaccine in under a year. So here's the question. If politics can stall science, can politics also accelerate it? And are we entering an era where unlikely alliances could deliver humanity's biggest medical victories? Bill Gates thinks so. Do you? If this story shocked you or made you rethink the political battle lines in science, smash that like button, subscribe for more breakdowns of the moments that shape our world, and drop a comment. Do you think Trump could actually lead a scientific breakthrough? We're watching history twist in real time. Don't miss the next chapter.